So I just woke up recently and I had some cigarettes and I had coffee and now I'm trying to quit smoking cigarettes. I understand straight away that I'm ready to quit smoking cigarettes, guys, and I'm ready to just develop myself as a human being. But I find myself much more attractive these days because I find helping people is the best way to move forward. So what I want to do is plan my day. I want to make some music, but it's more how I feel that I'm doing a great job for myself and I'm helping myself to deliver content. So what I'm doing is, while I'm speaking to you guys, I'm watching TV as well, and I feel like just developing myself in the best way possible. And yeah, I feel like learning some more German today because it's going to be useful for me in terms of Germany, and I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to deliver content. So what I want to do is learn how to grow myself personally and develop myself in the best way possible. So I'm ready to quit smoking now, and I'm ready to do a greater job for myself. So that's how I feel. And yeah, I mean, to have a shower now, nah, I have something better to do for now, and I can grow myself and develop myself and plan ahead of the game. So what I want to do now is just talk and walk the talk. I'm learning very quickly about loving myself differently and helping myself to become the best version of myself. I understand Jesus Christ never smoked cigarettes, and he never drinks coffee either. I'm understanding straight away that my sleep is off whack because I've been drinking caffeine, and I need to deliver content that's much more straightforward, and I need to develop myself in the best way possible. But what I want to do is, while I talk to you guys, I want to be able to go and do my YouTube channel, and I want to develop myself in the best way possible. So what I do is I copy and paste information, and I help myself to recognize that I'm doing a great job now. So I start off with my playlists on YouTube, and I go for it. I go and I make content. So what I want to do is develop my power and strategy to help myself to grow differently, and I have to go through every single one of my videos to make sure that people are reading what I have. So it's much more how it is, and I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to grow. So I'm just learning very quickly about life. I'm helping myself to establish a great deal of confidence within me, to start slow, and I'm developing myself as I go and as I do life. I'm looking to become the best version of myself differently, and I'm helping myself to do a greater job for myself. So what I need to do is develop. I need to develop myself personally, and I need to help myself to find strategies to grow. and I find freedom is just on the other side of the road. But I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm helping myself to make music now, these days, because I plan on hitting the nightclub soon. And I do have a host of nice and beautiful music that I've made that you guys can listen to. And I'm helping myself to deliver content in the best way forward. So what I want to do is develop myself in the best way possible. And the best way for me to do that is to outgrow myself in the best way. So I'm finding myself doing greater. And that's how I feel. And that's how I grow myself personally, through better ways of dealing with life and better ways of dealing with myself over here. I'm learning how to grow, and I'm understanding it's all about my legacy these days, and I'm always thriving in terms of life. And that's one playlist is done. So what I need to do is go through my playlist. I'm understanding straight away that I'm growing myself differently. And I'm doing a great job for myself personally to grow myself and to make sure I have more than enough success online today is the only way to go about life. And I'm learning the different architectures of being alive. I'm learning everything in terms of life that I can to grow myself. And I'm helping myself to deliver content. I'm helping myself to just be nice and beautiful for myself. So as I learn and as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways to deal with life. I'm learning so much more than before. I'm helping myself to be profound in what I'm doing. And that's how I feel. I feel much more different. I feel much more alive today than ever before. And I'm learning very quickly about life and interest. But I'm showing myself much more courageous work today to be profound in what I'm doing, so I can grow and so I can develop myself in the best way possible. I'm learning how to grow myself, and that's how I feel. And how I feel is much more different. I feel much more alive. I feel I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my life in terms of different ways of being and different ways of saying something. So that's how you guys have to grow. You guys have to develop in the best way possible, but I'm always coming back to the word I when I speak, because it's about delivering content and it's about moving forward with your life. So every single day of my life, I'm always developing myself in the best way possible. I'm looking for better ways to deal with my life, and I'm helping myself to deliver content. And I slowly just start copying and pasting my work into YouTube. And I feel my life is growing in terms of different ways. I'm loving my life. I'm helping myself to have a legacy online. And that's how it is. I mean, you guys have to grow. And you have to grow all the time. I see now my playlist is done. See, I'm trying something new now these days. I'm learning from the outcome of life. I'm learning how to persuade myself to do better. And that's what you guys need to do. I mean, you guys have to understand straight away that as I grow myself differently and as I do a greater job for myself, I'm learning from the outcome. I'm learning from everything. And I'm learning to help myself to do better. But I cannot rely on Linktree for everything. I can definitely rely on YouTube to have a great legacy online, which YouTube is the best way. I'm sure that somebody's going to be watching me online for the rest of my life. And that's what you guys have to do. And you guys have to develop yourselves. And you have to outgrow yourself in the best way possible. So it's much more how I feel. I made so much music these days. I have so much music that I want to showcase in front of the world. And I have some beautiful tracks I made. But some other tracks I made are not as good. But I'm learning. And that's the important thing. Is that you're learning and growing while you're actually doing everything. And that's what you guys need to do. So you guys have to grow yourself and you have to be able to love your life differently, and you have to be learning something for nothing these days. I see how to perform much better in front of a crowd and how to do my life in the best way possible. I see now that's 3 playlists done. See now it's time for my how-to series. I'm learning from the outcome. I'm learning from everything I'm doing these days. And that's what you guys need to do. So you guys have to grow yourself and you have to make a mark in the world, and you have to penetrate people in the best way. So I just do this today. And I find myself much more attractive this way, where I'm actually learning I'm growing myself in the best outcome possible. I'm learning from every single time. I'm learning from everything in terms of every single time I do something. I'm learning from every single time in life. I'm learning how to satisfy myself. I'm keeping to the images. So for example, when I'm copying and pasting my information into YouTube, there's the thumbnail on my YouTube channel, and I just keep track of it, and I keep track of my thumbnails. So as I keep track of my thumbnails, I'm developing myself and my freedom. So what I'm doing is just editing my YouTube channel, and I'm posting links. I'm trying to post every single link that I can to become a better version of myself, of course. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to grow. But it's about your legacy, guys, so you must leave something behind, and you must grow yourself in the best way possible. So it's much more how it is. And you have to specialize in doing something in daily life, so you have to grow yourself. And while I'm talking to you, I'm posting links online. But that's my job. See, my job is to leave a legacy behind where people can find my videos and people can find what I'm doing. And they can find my Mega Drive. So that's what you guys need to do. And you guys have to specialize in something. I'm so lucky to be able to have music in my life, where I'm doing music and I'm making great music at the moment. I'm making music that's actually worth it. And it's because I'm using Splice Sounds. I'm using Splice Sounds, and that makes me much more worthy to be able to have vocals and to deliver content. Is much more characterizing. But I find myself doing much greater. I see how to keep an audience attention as well these days. So what I'm doing is outgrowing myself in the best way possible. And I'm learning very quickly about the outcome of life. So I'm helping myself to grow. And that's what you guys need to be doing. Like I say, you guys need to be straightforward with your life. And the more straightforward you are, the better for you. And the more you actually grow. And the more you actually do life much greater. So I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to move forward. But I have videos. I have a lot of videos online. And it's something of a personal achievement where I'm actually growing myself in the best way possible, and I'm learning from the outcome of life. And I'm understanding straight away how easy it is to post links online. But you have to correspond to something, and you have to do something for your life to grow. And each and every single one of my videos has my Mega Drive link now. So what I'm doing is growing myself differently, and I'm helping myself to become better. I remember Gloria Gage, this woman that was sitting on my lap before, and I find her very attractive, but she never finds me attractive. So I had a chance with her. I could have got with her, could have made her my girlfriend, but I had no ability, I had no skills to speak to her. I had no job, I had no way of talking to her at all. So I'm learning very slowly about life. So anyway, so as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. And I'm learning to find better persuasion techniques to grow. And I'm looking for myself in a better way. I'm proud that I have much more speaking engagements, and I'm much more able to outgrow myself differently, and I'm learning from the outcome. I'm learning from everything that I can learn from. So as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to have a great life. And that's how I feel, and that's how I need to develop. I need to develop myself in the best way possible, and as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to find recognition in what I'm doing. I'm understanding life's going by quickly, and life is just like that. I mean, just live the best lifestyle you can, and that way you're going to grow into the person that you want to be. And that way you're summarizing a better way forward. And as you grow yourself, you're looking for something to do. And as you look for something to do, you're giving a story about yourself always. And that's the way forward. So that's how I feel. I feel different. I feel I need to make an improvement in myself, of course. And so do you guys. So you guys have to make an improvement in yourself. And that's how it is, guys. So enjoy your life. I could say enjoy your life to the best way you can. Enjoy. And as you grow yourself and as you outperform yourself, you're looking to grow and you're looking to make the most of it in daily life. And you're making sure that you can help yourself to understand much more about life. But you have to put in the time and effort to succeed. And what I can do is also read something while talking to you guys. I can read something. And I'm learning very quickly about just editing my videos very quickly. Just so that you guys can see my videos and so that I can prosper and grow myself differently. And there's always a way to do it. But it's never too late to start building a legacy. But building a legacy is a small aspect of life that you need to develop, but it's also a big aspect. I went through life as a immature person, and I'm understanding how people have money these days to go and grow themselves, and you need to be able to go and develop yourself in your freedom. And that's how I feel. I feel different. I feel that as I grow myself, I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm understanding I'm in a better position now than ever before to grow myself personally with interest. And that's how I feel. I feel different. But the truth always comes out, guys. So never be someone who is hiding the truth from life. Just understand that life happens to everybody, and that you guys have to grow, and that you have to do something today to find a better tempo of life. And that's how it is. So as you're growing yourself, and as you guys can understand that my videos now have my Mega Drive, and that you guys can always find my videos now in terms of life. I have a manifesting ability to understand how to grow myself personally, and as I grow myself personally, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life, of course, and I'm developing. So as long as I show you guys my Mega Drive in each and every single one of my videos, I promise you that most of you and everybody can actually see what I'm doing. But it's very important to be able to link Mega Drive into YouTube so that people can study you, and so people can study your success. And that's how you make everything happen. And I can always look back on my videos and I can say that's me. And that's how it is, guys. So as I grow myself now, I'm looking to distinguish much better. I'm looking to make sure I'm growing myself in different ways of life. And I'm outperforming myself in the best ways possible. And I'm developing myself in the best way. So it's much more how you have to work, and you have to do something to establish a greater deal of life within yourself, to understand something about life. And as I grow myself, I'm helping myself to deliver content, of course. But I had some beautiful women in my life, and life happens and life goes on. I had Bojana Gagic, this woman, and she was in my life before, but we never found ourselves on good terms because I was so stupid. And because I was so stupid, I found myself much better than before anyway. So I found myself happening in a better deal of life, and I'm outperforming myself in the best way possible. So as I grow myself now, I'm looking to outperform myself personally. And I'm understanding that people are watching me and what I'm doing, and that life is different for me personally. But life goes on. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So that's what you guys need to be doing. And you guys need to be able to understand something about life where you can link all your stuff into aspects of life online, where you can save money a lot with Mega Drive, and you can save a lot of money. But you need to advertise your products, and you need to be able to go and develop that core strategy and skill to go and develop yourself in the best way possible. And as long as you're doing something to boost your legacy, guys, I promise you it's much more that you guys do that for yourselves. I'm learning very quickly about life, so as I travel and as I do life much greater, I'm always looking to help myself to grow now. And I'm developing key strategies to understand something about life where I'm growing myself in the best way possible, and I'm trying to look good. I'm trying to look the best way I can so that I can develop myself. But that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about helping yourself to grow and outgrow yourself. So that's how I feel. I feel much more different, and I feel much more alive now than ever before. I'm learning very quickly about summarizing my talent in a better way. And I'm learning very quickly about life and interest and how to outperform myself and how to do a greater job for myself personally. So I have to post all these links online because that way I'm growing myself. And that's it. I promise you guys have to understand straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm always seeking a better way of encouragement. I'm always seeking to do better for myself. I'm making sure that I can do some music production today, and I have to develop my skills. I have to develop myself as somebody in life. So I just finish off this playlist over here, and then I can move on to something different. So I'm just working on my how-to series over here in terms of my YouTube channel. I'm helping myself to just do life much greater for myself, to grow in the best way I can, to help myself to deliver content. So I need to link my Mega Drive in every single video on YouTube. And I need to help myself to do that for myself, to grow. So that's how I find myself much more attractive these days. So I'm learning. I'm helping somebody at least. I'm helping myself the most at least. And at most as well. But that's what you guys need to be doing. And you guys need to be helping yourself to understand something, to grow. And to outperform yourself is the best way moving forward. But I'm always practicing my communicational skills with people and myself. And that's how you have to understand that your only Milky Way is growth material. And that way I'm learning very quickly about life. So as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to understand that life happens for a reason, and that you guys have to grow yourself. But I'm still young, still have a lot ahead of me these days. And I'm helping myself to be profound in what I'm doing. So I'm just linking all my YouTube videos with my Mega Drive, because that's how you actually grow yourself. And I just need to keep going. And that's it. I promise you guys have to understand something, that life is happening, and since life is happening, that you guys have to thrive upon life in different ways, and opportunity comes to those who seek it. And you have to understand straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm always trying to thrive. I'm trying to thrive throughout my life. I'm trying to do as much as possible to seek encouragement from myself, to deliver content. I have so many videos that I'm doing these days that I'm learning very quickly about just helping myself to deliver content so that I can develop myself in the best way possible. And that's it. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to understand something. I'm learning to deliver content the best way I can. So it's much more how you guys need to do that for yourself. I'm learning from every single outcome that I can learn from. I'm learning how people never have time to watch me, but my content is here for the making. And I'm helping myself to deliver content, so that's how I feel. I'm working on my YouTube channel now, and I'm doing it pretty fast. So I need to grow myself personally. I could have done this at the beginning of my entity, but it's much more how I feel. I feel much more alive. And I feel that I'm successful to some degree. I have much more success than other people in some aspects of life. And I definitely am helping myself to improve myself. So that's how I feel. And as I grow myself, guys, I'm looking for better ways to deal with my life. And that's what you guys need to be doing. I can say you guys need to be showing off your profile. And you need to be building a portfolio of YouTube videos to be able to grow yourself into the best ways possible. And it's much more how it is. So as I grow myself differently, I'm always seeking a better way of life. And that's how it is, guys. But you guys have to understand straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to move forward. I'm learning the key architectures of life differently, and I'm helping myself to improve. So that's what I'm always doing. I'm always looking for better ways to improve myself. And as I grow myself differently, I'm helping to understand myself in the best way possible. And I'm always natural about things. I'm understanding that as I'm natural about life, I'm giving my story as much as I can. I penetrate myself to do better, for myself at least. And I'm growing from the outcome. I'm growing from what I'm doing. And life is like that, guys. I mean, life is happening for a reason all the time. So you have to be on top of life. And I have so many YouTube videos that I have to link up. But it's just going to be over time. I link this all up over time. And I just finish this playlist. And then I can move on with my life. But that's how it is, guys. And you have to develop skills and you have to develop skills and skill sets to grow, and you have to understand straight away that as life happens, that you guys are growing and listening also to everything that's said in life. And that's how it is. I promise you, every single time I'm learning very quickly about life. And as I learn about life, I'm developing my skill set to grow myself personally. But it's work. And you have to be working. And you have to be doing something to be working in life. So it's much more how people are going into life these days, and they're working and they're doing their own job. And you have to be influencing and marketing yourself as somebody in life. So as you grow yourself, you're always seeking a potential moving forward. And you're understanding something about life. That life happens for a reason. And that you guys are growing yourself in the best way forward. So I'm helping myself to deliver content. And that's how it is. And you guys have to understand straight away that as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways to deal with my life. And I'm helping myself to speak much more on video camera and audio camera. And that's how I'm always growing myself differently. I'm using a selfie stick to hold my phone while I'm actually working. And that's what you guys need to be doing. You need to be able to use your selfie stick to leverage your phone. But once all my videos are linked up with my Mega Drive, then I can solely focus on doing more YouTube videos and linking all my profile in and out of my life. I'm learning to quickly summarize much better. I'm looking to help myself grow, and I'm helping myself deliver content. I'm delivering content, but I can listen to music while linking up my YouTube channel, and I can definitely grow myself differently. And I'm helping myself to just deliver content. But I went on a holiday, and I never went on a holiday. I went on a personal development journey around Australia by myself, and it's the best I've done so far on my own. But I was using the government's money to be able to go around Australia, and many people cannot do that. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that for myself. And I'm learning quickly the art of being alive. So as I grow myself and as I do my life much greater, I'm helping myself to deliver content. And that's how I grow. I grow for different abilities, I grow for different skill sets. I'm making sure I'm penetrating people the best way I can. And I'm helping myself to just link up everything to YouTube in terms of my Mega Drive. So I can grow myself differently, and so I can outperform myself in the best way possible. And that's how I feel. I feel much more alive. I feel much more different now. And if you go on a lone journey by yourself somewhere, then you'll learn the key arts of understanding how to live with yourself and how to live online with yourself. But I've been homeless 4 times, and 2 times of the 4 times I was living in a car. I was sleeping in a car, but you have to experience life anyway. And you have to understand sometimes how it feels to live on the street sometimes. I mean, do you understand? And as you grow yourself differently, you're looking for better ways of improving yourself and your life, and you're just developing skills and natures moving forward. So I do have a nice and beautiful reputation online as somebody who's working and doing something in accordance to life. And I'm learning very quickly about life moving forward. So it's more how it is. So just be aware of what you're posting online, and as you are developing a life strategy moving forward, that you are nice and beautiful in terms of what you're doing. And you have to be growing yourself. But that's how I feel anyway. I feel different, I feel alive. And I'm learning very quickly about life itself. So just linking up everything online now for myself to grow. I'm finding Splice Sounds is nice and beautiful for me to be able to use Splice Sounds to make a music track. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm helping myself to deliver content. So as I deliver content, I'm looking for better ways to improve my life, of course. And that's it. I promise you guys have to understand that as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways to improve. But I'm always doing everything by phone these days. I'm making all my YouTube videos with my phone. And that's where you guys have to learn. I promise you guys have to learn how to do that. So that's how it feels. I feel much more different. I feel much more alive than ever before. I'm learning very quickly about just developing my life in the best way possible, to just go about life differently, and that's how you guys have to grow. And I'm enjoying myself along the way. I'm developing myself, and I'm looking for better ways to improve, of course. And as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to find the attractive factor of being alive. And that's how I feel about life. I'm learning, and as I learn, I grow myself in the best way possible. But I'm looking to just develop my skill set of being alive, and learning how to control myself is the best way forward, of course. And that's it. I promise you guys have to develop yourself, and you have to do something today to be the best version of yourself. So every single time now, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm making sure I have a nice and beautiful Instagram. I'm learning to develop myself in the best way possible. I'm looking to study, I'm looking to make sure I'm learning and growing from the outcome of life. But life is constant learning, guys, and you have to be constantly learning in daily life. And as you learn, you grow. And I never look like a horse. I look like someone who is nice and beautiful. And that's where you guys need to understand straight away that as I help myself to grow, that I'm impacting lives. I'm making sure that I'm delivering content in the best way. And that's how it is, guys. I'm learning very quickly how to live my life. And that's what you guys need to be doing. I promise you, you guys need to be able to study about life, and you need to be able to do your life much greater. But life happens for the best reason, and that's to leave a legacy behind. And you guys have to understand that it's about legacy today. And as long as you are profound with your legacy, and as long as you're growing yourself differently and making sure that you have a great life for yourself, the better you are and the better you feel. And that's how it is. But I straight away see how to develop my ozone layer of delivering content. And I'm helping myself to deliver content in the best way forward. So that's what you guys need to be doing. I can say you guys need to be strong, and you need to be able to love your life differently, and you need to make sure that life is happening for the best reason. And as you grow yourself, you're looking to help people to grow, of course. So it's much more how it is. But life is happening, and you guys need to be in control of your life moving forward. So it's much more how I feel. And that's how it feels about life. And just be someone who's never apologetic for anything you do, but apologize when you need to, so that you can grow yourself, and so that you can make a mark in the world, and so that you can picture yourself doing better, is the whole point of life. But since I'm actually doing my YouTube channel now, I'm jump starting in a way of life. I'm delivering content the best way I can, and I'm learning from the outcome. I'm learning from what I'm doing online, and I'm helping myself to deliver content that's more straightforward. And that's how it is, guys. Promise you guys have to be delivering content in the best way possible today to be able to go and thrive. And as you are delivering content, you're looking for better ways to improve, and you're looking for something to say as well. And you're making sure about your life that you are delivering content in the best way possible for you guys to deliver something that's quality work, and that you're developing that key trait of life moving forward. So just make sure that you guys have a beautiful time with yourself and that you're growing yourself in the best way. Once it's nice and clear for you to be able to develop yourself, and that's how it is. I see every single time now I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to find potential and rhythm in terms of what I'm saying, and I'm learning very quickly about the outcome of life, and that I do have support with myself moving forward. And that's it. I mean, make sure you have support from people around you, and that way you are growing yourself in the best way possible. So you're just learning very quickly about life and about interests, and you're learning very quickly about helping yourself to become free. And it's a dream come true to be able to be at this position where I am now, because before I had a really, really rough time in life because I was smoking cigarettes and drinking caffeine a lot, and these days I'm doing much greater for myself personally. So you have to hashtag yourself, and you have to understand straight away that life is different always. And you have to grow yourself personally. So that's how I find myself attractive now. But I did start my YouTube channel, and it's my TV show. And my TV show is happening always now. And nobody can take it away from me, because I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to deliver content. I'm learning very quickly about life, and I help myself to deliver content that's worthy of my attention. And you have to exceed customers' expectations while making people grow and while helping people to establish a routine, to find interest in your life. That's much better than before. And you have to grow yourself, guys. I promise you. Every single time you grow, you're always straightforward in what you're doing, and you're leveraging yourself to become the best version of yourself is the best way to do it. So you have to find ways to improve, and you have to improve yourself, especially these days. Life is happening in terms of different ways. So if you find yourself much more attractive, then you're learning very quickly about life. And that's how it is, guys. I'm learning very quickly about understanding how to grow myself personally. And life happens to the best of us. So we're learning, and you have to be learning, and you have to be growing, and you have to be showing yourself the door to opportunity, so that you can grow yourself and so that you can become that best version of yourself always. Because it's very important to do so. And you have to be able to outgrow yourself, and you have to be smart about life. So being smart is the best option. And as you grow yourself differently, you're always helping yourself to deliver content in the best way possible. So you're finding interest in what you're doing, and you're making sure that you're speaking upon what you're doing much greater with. And you have to understand straight away that it's about helping yourself to grow differently and making sure that you're helping yourself to deliver content is the best way forward. So make sure that you're doing something today that's helping people to move forward. And as long as you're alive today, just make sure that you're outperforming yourself and that you're delivering content in the best way possible, because that's what it's all about. It's all about making sure that you are investing time into yourself and that you're growing yourself. So I use the selfie stick to hold my phone, guys, and I find leveraging my phone this way much better, and I'm helping myself to deliver content. So it's more how it is, and you have to be growing yourself differently, and you have to be making sure that people can see all of your photos and all of your stuff that you ever made in life, just so you can boost your legacy, guys, because it's about your legacy and it's about growing your legacy these days especially. So as long as you're building your legacy, guys, then you're making forth while your life and dreams are coming into fruition. And that's how you have to record your life, and you have to be someone who's delivering content in a better way moving forward. And you have to learn from the outcome of life. But life is happening, and you have to understand straight away that when life happens for a reason, that you guys are growing yourself and that you're developing yourself in the best way possible is something that you need to do for yourself to grow. Because everybody needs to be building a YouTube channel these days, and you need your own YouTube channel to be able to grow. And just go out there and post content about yourself and give people a story about you, and then you get better and better and better throughout time, and you get a nice and beautiful storyline of yourself and wisdom moving forward, and you're just developing as a human. And that's what you guys need to be doing. So I'm linking my videos right now. I'm linking all my videos to match my standard of my Mega Drive. In each and every single video on YouTube has my Mega Drive link, and that way everybody can find me on YouTube, and all my links on YouTube can find, because everybody can find my Mega Drive, and you guys can always find it. And you can always find my database on YouTube. And it's all about me, and I understand straight away that my Mega Drive is all about me, and it's all about my courses online and stuff like that. So as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life, of course, and I'm making sure that I'm helping myself to develop the best way I can. And that's how you grow. I mean, you always grow the best way you can, guys. I'm learning from the outcome. I'm learning from what I'm doing. And I'm helping myself to develop key strategies of thinking and making sure that my life is happening for the best part. So that's what you guys have to be doing. And as you grow yourself, you're looking for something to do in life where you're actually developing yourself and you're helping people to grow, and you're growing your YouTube channel, and that's important. Especially today, it's important to deliver content in the best way possible, because it's about your legacy, guys, and it's about helping yourself to develop. So as you develop yourself, you're looking for something to do, and you're just making sure that you have a nice and beautiful life moving forward. And that's how it is. And you have to go around in your life making better choices. So I'm just giving you life advice, guys. And as I go and grow myself differently, I'm learning that people are listening to me over time, and that somebody out there is listening to me, and that I'm helping people with their life to some degree. And I'm learning very quickly about helping my life to succeed differently, and that's how you dedicate yourself, guys. And you dedicate yourself to the best interest of your heart and mindset to grow and to perform and outperform yourself is the best way and best option to do so. And it's much more how it is. And that's how you grow. I mean, you grow through different ways of believing in yourself, that you are worthy and that you have self-esteem to grow yourself. And self-esteem is built, guys, on communicational skills. And the better your communicational skills, the better your self-esteem. And that's how you grow. And you grow through different ways of encouraging yourself to believe in yourself, of course. And you're learning from the outcome. And you're learning to become the best version of yourself regardless of who dislikes you and stuff like that. So you never worry about people in life, because that way you're growing yourself to the best potential that you can grow yourself in. So learning how to develop yourself is the best way. So I'm just over here doing my YouTube videos still, and I have over 1,000 videos to go through, and each and every single one of my videos has a YouTube link directly from me, and I need to be able to keep going. And as soon as I finish this playlist over here, then I can move on to my next playlist. But this is the biggest one. I mean, this is the biggest playlist I'm doing right now, which has over 300 videos. And that way I'm helping myself to develop. And it's very important for me to do it, because that way I'm never relying on Instagram for you guys to see my YouTube videos and stuff like that, because there's so many people out there. But people can find me on YouTube much easier than on Instagram. So just keep that in mind, guys. I mean, keep in mind that YouTube is much more easier to find you than it is on... Or actually, YouTube is much more easier to find you on actual YouTube than it is on Instagram. So develop yourself and your ability to outgrow yourself. And that way you're growing yourself in your YouTube channel, and you're growing the individual you are. So each and every single video says you must survive or nothing, but each and every single video has my YouTube link to my Mega Drive. And that way you're helping yourself to see that I'm gaining skills and courage, and I'm gaining myself the ability to prosper. And that way I'm growing myself differently, and that's it. Honestly, you guys have to understand life is happening, and since life is happening, that you guys are doing the best way you can, and you have to grow yourself into the best version of yourself differently, and you have to be so profound in what you're doing these days to grow yourself, of course. And that's how you help yourself to find better ways of dealing with life. So I'm still editing my videos, and there's a long time to go as well. So as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to improve. I'm looking for better strategies, of course. I'm looking to build my confidence, of course. And I'm helping myself to deliver content. But each and every single one of my YouTube videos has my Mega Drive link now. So what I'm doing is just editing my tools over here so I can grow myself differently and so I can become the best version of myself, of course. So make sure you guys have a great attitude always, so you can grow yourself in different ways. And as you grow yourself differently, you're looking to improve yourself and your life in the best degree possible. So that way you're developing key strategies and skills moving forward. And you have to do something to succeed. And you have to be never worrying yourself, but you have to be developing key architectures of life to develop strength and ability to keep growing and to distinguish yourself as somebody in the field of something. Is very important for branding. So branding is all about legacy, guys. It's all about leaving a legacy behind. So it's much more how I feel. So what I'm doing now is I'm just linking up my videos over here. I'm still doing it, and that way I'm growing myself in the best potential I can and growing. But it's work and it takes time to YouTube link everything that you can so that you can help yourself to acknowledge yourself differently, and that you're helping yourself to improve is amazing. And that way you're helping yourself to exist much greater. So every single time now I'm looking for ways to improve. I'm looking to help myself to succeed differently, and that's how it is, guys. I mean, you have to be doing something to learn and grow yourself in the best way possible. And since I'm actually in the spotlight over here, where I'm actually growing my ability to outgrow myself differently, and I'm helping myself to deliver content. But I'm doing things for free these days as much as I can. I'm trying to do the best free load of information that I can to give you the best way of life. And that's how I'm learning and growing from myself. I'm helping myself to grow, and that's what you guys need to be doing. And that's how I feel. I feel much more different and alive than ever before. And that's how I need to grow. I need to help myself to develop. I need to help myself to develop much more freedom and courage. But I made some mistakes along the way, guys, and you must understand that you have to learn from it, and that you have to learn from your mistakes. And as soon as you learn from your mistakes that you're always delivering content is much more persuasive to do that for yourself. And you're learning very quickly about life. But you have to link everything, and you have to put the time and effort in to link everything. And as soon as you do that, the better for you. But each and every single one of my videos has my YouTube link now. And that way people can always find me, and people can always dwell upon my Mega Drive link. And as soon as you find my Mega Drive link, then you're growing yourself in the best way possible, and that's how it is. I promise that's how it is. And you have to grow, and you have to develop yourself in the best way possible. So it's work, but it's worth it. So you're just growing yourself, and you're just making sure that you have a vocabulary to grow and to do better, is the whole point. See, so guys, I'm still making my YouTube links now. I'm still doing my YouTube links, so I have to keep going. I have to keep thriving forward. I have to make sure that I develop key strategies and skills moving forward. And I have to link everything up as much as I can. So I'm growing myself differently, and I'm helping myself to become a strategist. See, the more I post my YouTube links, the better for me, the more I can grow. And that's how I grow, guys. I grow through different abilities and different strengths. But as I grow myself, I'm looking forward to making some music, and I focus upon helping myself to develop some melodies and structures to develop my freedom, and I make sure always to link all my YouTube videos as much as I can. But as soon as that's done, apparently then I can keep going with everything. And that way I'm learning very quickly about the outcome of life. I cannot rely on Instagram alone to see my YouTube links, because Instagram is totally different to YouTube, and YouTube is more of something that I need to do. I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's much more how it is. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to grow, so it's much more how it is, guys. So I'm learning very quickly about learning how to extinguish a better job and deal for myself, of course. You see, the destination of life is more, and you have to understand straight away that you see the destination is love more and regret nothing. And that way you're learning very quickly about life. So be someone who's much more interesting in your life, and that way you're growing yourself, of course. and you're learning very quickly about the outcomes of life itself, and you're penetrating life in different ways, and you're helping yourself to grow. And the more you help yourself grow, the better, guys. So just be able to be smart and simple about all of your orchestra in life. I went alone on my journey, and life is to be alone, and you have to understand to be alone in life is the best deal that you can come across. But people can find me on YouTube, and it's much more how it is. So I'm learning very quickly about just linking up all my YouTube videos as much as I can, but I find my music production skills are getting better. I'm getting better in my music production, and I'm hungry as well. I have to eat something. So I find myself much more attractive, of course. And you have to learn from it, and you have to learn from the outcome of life. So it's much more how it is. So I'm focusing on myself over here to do better. And I'll go one playlist at a time. And I'm learning how to just summon the deal of life to develop my strength and to develop my core abilities and skills to grow myself in the best way possible. I can listen to some stale trance music while uploading my YouTube links online, and it's much more how it is. But I'm out working all night long, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I feel. I need to watch my images over here to see which image I come up across, to grow myself differently and to help myself to develop skills and talent. I find much more attractiveness in what I do now. I see it's much more how it is. I find myself that I look good in life. And I'm learning very quickly about life and how life is directing itself at me in different ways. So I find that I'm doing a great job for myself personally. And that's it. I promise you, just make sure you guys are growing and doing something on your own behalf to help yourself access online abilities and core talent and skills to grow yourself, and to make sure that you're documenting your journey is very important, guys. So allow Jesus Christ in your life, and make sure that you follow Jesus Christ as much as you can, so that you understand straight away how to grow yourself and how to develop talent and skills and abilities moving forward. But as soon as I finish this linking with my Mega Drive Online, I can start doing something else, and it's much more how it is. So let's have a look over here. I'm looking at developing my ability to grow. I'm definitely helping myself to become spiritual in some sense. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So as I grow myself and as I link all my videos up, I'm learning very quickly about developing my strength to grow and to learn. And that's how it is, guys. So just make sure you're growing yourself, and developing strategies to grow is the best way forward. And you're learning very quickly from the outcome of life. And then you're making sure that no matter what, that your life is escalating forward with humane possibility. And you have to humanize your music as well, and you have to develop skills of techniques and strategies moving forward. But the sooner you link everything, the better. And you have to understand to multitask in life, and that way you're growing yourself in the best ideal possible. So you're actually learning very quickly about life, and that's how it is, guys. And as long as you're learning very quickly about life itself, that you're developing strategies and skills moving forward. It's very important for me to link everything in my Mega Drive, so I'm learning very quickly about how to do so. And as soon as I do it, apparently I'm better for it. And that way I'm moving forward in my life. And that's how you guys have to grow yourselves in the best way you can. And that's how I feel about my life personally. That YouTube is work, guys, and you have to work at it. And you have to understand straight away that success comes to those who work. And you have to understand straight away that as I grow myself differently, that I'm developing the idea to grow myself differently, and I'm looking for better ways to improve. I never have any type of cancer or skin cancer in my life, so I'm learning very quickly about developing my strategies to grow, and I'm helping myself to live life much more greater. And that's how I feel, guys. I feel much more different. I feel much more alive than ever before. So as you grow yourself, you're looking for ways to improve, and you're just making sure that you guys understand that you must understand something about life. So go and give out your advice to the world, and be your own type of president in life. And that way you're growing, and you're just finding the ability to do so, and you're just making sure that you are learning from the occasion that you set yourself in. But it's very important to keep growing. So it's much more how it is. And as long as you're growing, guys, then that way you're seeking better encouragement from yourself to grow, and you're just making sure that you are loving life. But make sure you are doing something in your life to develop core abilities and skills moving forward. So it's much more how it is. And as long as you're working and doing a great job for yourself, then that's the important thing about life. That you link everything up, and that you are succeeding. You have to be succeeding throughout life, guys. And you have to be enjoying your life while at it. I can say straight away that life is like that. And life is something to think about. I mean, you have to be thinking about your life in a positive way and direction, and you have to develop aspects of life that's working for you, and you have to be someone in your life every single day of your life. You have to do something to help people, and you have to help yourself. But the more you help people, the more you help yourself, guys. So you're just learning very quickly about life, and you're just developing core strategies and skills moving forward. And that's how you grow. I mean, you grow through different abilities and strengths moving forward, and that's how it is. So just develop your ability to grow is all I'm saying, and that way you're enjoying life to the best degree, and you're enjoying yourself. But that's what you have to do in life, and you have to be a creator, and you have to do something that is worth it in life. So as long as you're becoming much more worthwhile in life, then you're developing strengths and talent to grow in different ways, and you're posting content about you, and you're just making sure that you have a beautiful life at hand. But there's still so much work to do, and it's just a bit more work. I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to grow, so it's much more how it is. I have a bit more work to do in my playlist over here, and then I can move up into doing some other aspects of life over here. So I'm learning very quickly about developing myself, of course, and as I develop myself, I'm looking for better ways to improve. I want to go nightclubbing. I want to go to a nightclub to just relax and listen to music and get to meet new people. I want to meet new people. I want to develop the ability to grow myself and personally, and that's how I grow. I grow for different abilities, I grow for different strengths, and I make sure every single day that you must enjoy your life to gain one, and you must learn very quickly about life itself moving forward. And as you move up throughout life, that you're growing yourself and becoming the best version of yourself is the best way to go about life. And that's how it is, guys. So as soon as I finish this playlist, I just go and get my coffee, and that's how I feel. I'm learning, I'm growing, and that's the whole point. I promise the whole point is leveraging yourself to grow and becoming the best version of yourself, of course. But you have to be learning something for nothing, and you have to enjoy life. And life is happening to everybody. So learn how to grow and learn how to stay away from people. I mean, the more you stay away from people, the better for you, and the more you'll be alone, and the more you'll learn how to live life alone. So that's what I find much more attractive in terms of what I'm doing. So if you value yourself, then you have to value your time, freedom, and much more empathy goes your way when you're learning very quickly about life, and you're enjoying yourself and making sure that you're improving your life in some direction. So making sure that you're loving your life is the best way to go about life. And you have to enjoy life. I mean, you have to enjoy yourself. You have to be a skill set in life. And you have to understand straight away skills skills makes up life, so the more skills you have, the better for you. And life takes care of you if you understand how to take care of yourself. And so I'm learning very quickly about making sure that I'm learning very quickly about life in different ways. And as I learn about life, I'm respectful toward myself and other people. And I need to help myself to be more respectful, of course. But that's the whole point of life. And the whole point of life is to go and enjoy yourself in the best way possible. So you're just learning from the outcome, and you're just learning how to grow yourself differently is the whole point. So just make sure that you are learning from everything that you're doing. And as you learn, you grow. And as you do life, you find yourself a much more credible person in terms of life. And you're just making sure that you're growing yourself in different ways, and making sure that you have the ability to do so is much more straightforward. And you have to learn how to grow yourself and other people. But that's how it is, guys. And let's have a look over here. I have much more to do over here, but I'm closing in on my playlist over here, and I still have some posting of links to do, but I'm learning very quickly about life and helping myself to develop myself in different ways. And I'm helping myself to never regret life. So I'm just learning. I'm just growing myself in different ways, and I'm just making sure that I'm helping myself to deliver content. So that's how you do life. So anyway, as I grow myself differently, I'm definitely helping myself to improve my life and lifespan. And I'm helping myself to deliver content as much as I can. So that's what you guys need to be doing. I'm just over here learning how to overcome barriers and stuff like that. I'm learning to help myself to find freedom. And that's how it is, guys. And you have to learn how to grow yourself and other people, so that you help yourself to grow in the best way possible. So you have to develop life skills to grow, and making sure that no matter what, that your life is nice and beautiful is very important. So as soon as you learn to grow yourself, the more you can develop other people, and the more you can develop yourself into the person you want to be. And that's how it is. So it's much more how I feel about life. And as I grow myself, I'm looking forward to helping myself to grow in different ways moving forward. And that's how you grow. I mean, you grow through different abilities and skills, and you perform and outperform yourself in the best way possible, and that's how you actually help yourself to grow. So it's much more how you have to understand straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm definitely looking at different skill sets. I'm looking for better ways to improve, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I feel. And that's how you grow. You grow through different ways. and you go through being able to be courageous with yourself, to find prosperity, of course, and to deliver content in different ways, and making sure that no matter what, that your life is straightforward in terms of what you're doing, and making sure that you're talking and talking and talking, because it's so important to talk so you can walk the walk, and that's how you feel about life. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways to improve. So that's how I feel about life. And how I feel about life is making sure that I'm growing myself in the best way possible that I can grow in. And as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for a definite aspect of life where I'm digitizing myself to the market, and I'm making sure that I'm learning very quickly about prosperity and helping myself to grow. And I'm learning from each and every outcome possible, and that's how I actually grow. I grow through different maneuvers, and I grow through different systems of life in terms of what I'm doing, and I'm helping myself to strategize around life much more. So let's see how much more I have to go. I have a bit more to go. I have about 20 videos, 30 videos. I have a bit more to go. I have about 30 videos to go. And then guess what? I promise you, it's much more how, as you grow yourself and as you deliver content in the best way possible, that you're learning very quickly from the outcome, and you're just learning how to grow yourself in different ways. And you're just making sure that you're linking up everything in terms of your YouTube to make sure you understand Mega Drive is something that's an online storage where you can use other people, in terms of you can use yourself to go and write content into fruition, and you can understand straight away that Mega Drive is your database of all of your life, of everything you've done, and you upload everything into an online storage, and then people can always check it out. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to deliver content. So it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how I need to grow myself, of course. And as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways to deal with my life, of course. So I'm almost finished this playlist now, and there's just a bit more to go, and then I can just go and do my life much greater. But I'm doing a great job for myself. I'm developing myself and my skill sets, and I'm helping myself to acknowledge much greater about life, and I'm helping myself to deliver content in the best way possible. But just a bit more to go, and then I can go and focus on something else. I'm learning, and as I grow myself differently, I'm definitely helping myself to become the best version of myself. And that's the whole point of life. I mean, the whole point of life is to be doing a service to humanity, and the more service you do, the better. So make more content, and that way you're much more free in life to go and be your own person. And as you grow yourself, you're looking for different ways to improve, of course. and you're learning from the outcome of life. I mean, you're learning something for nothing, and you're just delivering content. So it's much more how I feel. And you have to learn. I mean, you have to learn something for nothing. And as you learn, you're growing yourself in the best way possible. And that's how it is, guys. So let's have a look over here. I have that one. And I'm learning very quickly about just controlling myself in terms of different ways to do the best way I can. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how it is. I have a bit more to go. So there's about 20 videos to go. I'm learning from the outcome. See, now this is over here. See, I've done that one. So let's have a look over here. See, it's this one here. So I'm learning, and as I'm learning, I'm growing myself differently, and I'm outperforming myself, of course, and that's how I feel. So it's just one down, and let's have a look over here. I'm developing myself in the best way possible, guys, and I'm developing my skill set to grow up on myself in terms of I'm learning to grow myself differently, and I'm helping myself to become the best version of myself. So let's have a look over here. See that one there? I'm learning how to actually grow, and as I grow, I'm looking for better ways to deal with my life, but it's much more how you have to grow yourself differently. And you have to find potential in yourself to become the best version of yourself, is what life is all about. And you're learning from the outcome, and you're just learning from everything that you need to be doing. So it's just one down now. And I'm learning very quickly about speeding up the process of life. And I'll just go get my coffee now. So just go and do this project over here. See, it's one down, so let's have a look. It's right there. So it's much more how it is, guys.